everyone, it's Karen from the Geordie Grandma. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the second part of my holiday in Dubrovnik video. This is a walk around Lapad, which is the town we stayed in, which is about 30 to 40 minutes away from the airport, and the Hotel Commodore, which is where I'm walking from, is really well situated for all the restaurants and the beach and the walks you can do around this town. I'm just going to voice over the video because there was lots of wind, so it wasn't picking up my voice very well, so I just thought I'd voice over. You can just see the bus there that you get into Dubrovnik Old Town. This is just the walk from the hotel, and I'm turning the corner to go down to the beachfront, which is absolutely beautiful, and we could actually see this view from our terrace in the hotel, and you can go over and watch that hotel video if you haven't already seen it. I may put some music in along this video because I might not find enough things to talk about, and I don't want you just watching a silent screen. So like I say, this is the walk down to the beachfront. It is kind of towards the end of September, so there wasn't many people there, and I think a lot of these things were maybe closed up for the season. It was about 8 o'clock in the morning when I did this video, so there's not a lot of people about. You can see it is like a pebble beach, so it would be good to have some, beach sandals if you were going to go on that beach. The water looked absolutely beautiful. I think this here maybe used to be a slide into the water. I'm not entirely certain. It doesn't look like it was being used, and it looks really old. So if anybody does know what that was, let us know in the comments below, because I'm really not sure. You can see at the end here it looks quite rusty, so I don't actually think I would like to slide down it. Maybe it was for something else. But that water looks just spectacular. Now you can see there how rusty it is. So this was the walk along the front part of the beach. This is a big restaurant here. On the first night we did see tables and chairs outside on this decking, but like I say, I think it was getting towards the end of the season, so I'm not sure if that was still open. But you could walk right along the frontier, and there was a hotel at the end. They did have jet skiing off here, but I didn't see anybody doing it while I was there. You can see another hotel there that's got access straight down to the Pebble Beach. And lots of people were swimming in the sea. I don't actually swim in the sea myself, I'm not keen, but that sea did look very inviting. I wish I'd done it now. This is walking back to the other end. This is a pizza restaurant that was open. Like I say, this was about 8 o'clock in the morning, so there was obviously nobody there, but it did look quite pretty lit up at night. This was a little beach hut bar, which I didn't see open at all. So if you want all these things to be open, you need to go maybe before September, but it does look really beautiful. I never saw anybody on these, I don't know what you look like, 4-poster beds. I never saw anybody on those. But this little bar cafe to the side was open, sold drinks, little snacks, ice creams, things like that. This was a little house. I wasn't very sure what it was, but it said it was a Flora Galleria, and it had an art exhibition, and it was free to go in. But we never went in because I don't know, just it didn't look like you wanted to step in there. This is the walk along the front, kind of to the side of the sea. You walked right the way along here. There was more bars and restaurants, and this took you along to the cave bar, which we're going to walk along to. So I'm just going to put some music in from here until we get to the cave bar. just coming up to the cave bar, you can see the top balcony of it there. It's right on the seafront. It's got a hotel, obviously the outside bar and the inside cave bar, which I'll show you in a minute. It's only about maybe a 10-minute walk from where we were staying, and it is a beautiful walk along that promenade bit. There's quite a few stairs down into it. You can see the restaurant there. Those flowers were gorgeous. And the hotel above it with the restaurant. We didn't go into the restaurant. We just went into the bar. So like you can see, there's lots of steps. There is a lift inside, I think. This is the entrance to the cave bar. It was a beautiful place, really stunning. It must have took a lot of doing. You've got plenty seating areas in here where you can sit and have a drink. We didn't actually go in here on a night time to have a drink, so this is early in the morning. You can see there the lift up into the restaurant. There's also other seating areas up these little stairs, and then to the left. There was little areas in the wall where they had little features for you to look at. It was all lit up. You can see lots of little private seating areas as well. This was a little room just off the bar, where you could go and stand around this table with your drink, and it was really high. I mean, it was stunning, you know, spectacular inside that cave. It's a little bit like being in Cheddar Gorge if you've ever been there. Really, really pretty. It's very popular with vloggers. There was lots of people coming to do videos there and take the photos there. Glass floor in this area, so you could see right down underneath. And there's the bar there inside, so you can see your drinks getting made. Some nice lights on the ceiling. Like I say, we didn't actually go in there on a night time. I'm not sure why. We just spent the time there sitting outside looking at the sea. Very peaceful. You could actually swim in this, off this this decking as well. There was like steps down into the sea where you could go for a swim. This area had it was like a little balcony up off the bottom decking. And you can see sunbeds down below that they put out through the day. They moved those on a night time and added some more tables and chairs. This is it's called Sunset Beach, and it is a fantastic place to watch the sunset from. So it did get filled up pretty quickly. It also did morning coffees, which we had. Just stunning views, sitting there having your coffee and looking out to sea. This is the sunset that we watched. This is actually the first time I think I've ever watched a sunset. I mean, I've seen glimpses of the sunset, but I've never actually sat and watched the sun. We had a nice cosmopolitan and a mojito there. Cocktails are about €13 in that cave bar. This is the walk back from the cave bar on a night. As you can see, the parts of the rocks are lit up, so it looks really spectacular. Lovely views as you walk back along that promenade walk. All the hotels on the other side and the bars and restaurants lit up. Very pretty. This is back during the day, a walk along Sunset Beach up to the other side where all the restaurants are. Some lovely buildings, I have to say, in Croatia, well, especially Lapad where we were. Really pretty buildings. Had kind of a Cuban feel to it, I thought. That's a big hotel you can see in the background. I think it's called the Grand Hotel. But this road had all of the restaurants and cafes on it where we went on a night time for food. We didn't really venture out of these areas that I'm showing you, apart from going into Dubrovnik Old Town, which I'll show you in a different video. But this had lots of different restaurants there, so it suited to everybody's tastes. This was mainly a sports bar that did cocktails. That's the park you can see on the other side of that bar, trying to avoid people walking past us. Yeah, the Promenade bar, cafe and cocktail bar, which had sports on the TVs in there. You could this was little places. There was a few little places you could go and book tours and excursions. Lots of families in this area as well, so you can see the play park set up around, and I think a lot of the locals come down here as well. This was a really nice restaurant Agora. We had a meal in there a couple of times. I'll show some pictures at the end of drinks and food we had, so you can have a look. But like I say, the bars and the restaurants pretty much sold all of the same kinds of things. You know, you had lots of fresh tuna, there was octopus if you ate that kind of thing, steak, risottos, pastas, salads. I don't eat meat, and I did find plenty to eat, so that wasn't a problem. We had dinner in the Dubrovnik hotel restaurant one night. That was nice. I think I had a veggie rigatoni or something like that. This little ice cream parlour was lovely. You know, you go there for a coffee on a morning. We did get a couple of ice creams in there one night. There's one thing I have to say about the restaurants and cafes in Dubrovnik and Lapad. You are allowed to smoke in them, so that was a little annoying at times, because you don't want to be sitting eating your food and having smoke wafting over you, but unfortunately that was the case. This is a beautiful little street with all these trees, and this was a bar that had swing seats on the outside. I don't actually think you could go in. It was all these swing seats with the tables and chairs, and we had a couple of cocktails in there. And on a morning you'd find the local stray cats asleep on them as well. They thought it was fun. This was another nice little restaurant with the upstairs seating area. I think all of the greenery and the flowers and things, and especially at night with the lights, it just looked really nice. Nice stroll up here as well on a morning. I think this was a churros hut. It was open later in the day. The smell of churros was lovely. This is well, you can see it's a derelict building. Some beautiful buildings in the place, and it's a shame they're derelict. That would, I don't know if they're doing that up, but that would be spectacular if it was done up. Make a lovely hotel. Anybody looking for some Dubrovnik property? Maybe there's your opportunity. Lots of cash points about. This restaurant coming up, Tutte Benny's, was probably our favourite restaurant. It was a little bit like Frankie and Benny's that you get in the UK, but probably a little bit better than that. They did a nice, wide range of food in there, from burgers to pastas, pizzas, risottos, things like that. Really nice. It was always quite busy in there as well, and you could also get takeaway. You can see there's a takeaway section where they did kebabs. You could get kebab in the restaurant, which Warren did have one night and said it was really nice. There's a tennis court coming up here, it's a tennis club, and I think it belongs to one of the hotels. I did see some people playing tennis there on a couple of occasions, but it would have been far too hot for me to play tennis. This hotel is the Hotel Zagreb. Now it looked like it had closed down when we saw it, but I've since looked on the website and apparently it's temporarily closed. But this looks like a really, really gorgeous hotel. If I was going to go back to Lapad, and I probably would, I would love to stay there. It looks gorgeous, but like I said, it feels very Cuban looking to me. Does anyone else think that? Just a beautiful place. Even the railings were interesting. Got a nice conservatory on the front there as well. Definitely one of the best buildings on that street. Coming to pretty much the end of the majority of the restaurants on this street now. There's the gates into the Hotel Zagreb through that arbour there. Looks beautiful. It's a shame it wasn't open when we were there. I would have liked to have a look around it. So there was a couple more restaurants at the top of that street, and then you got to a main road, and we didn't really venture any further than that. This is the street on the night time going back down. For some reason on this day it wasn't very busy. I think that was maybe because it had been raining during the day, but it was quite quiet. It was actually a lot busier than that on most nights. I'll just put a little bit of music in here so you can see the rest of the street at night time. So that was pretty much it for the walk around Lapad. I hope you enjoyed it. I've just put a few photos in here of some food we had, some drinks, and there was quite a lot of stray cats in Lapad, so I thought I'd stick a few pictures in here of the cats there because they were really cute, bless them. Definitely well-fed cats though. You don't need to feel sorry for them, I don't think. They were getting fed by lots of what I think were locals and visitors as well. So I hope you've enjoyed that video. Continue to watch the cats, and I'll see you again next week with the next part of my holiday vlog, which will be a walk around Dubrovnik city and the walls of the city. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon, and bye for now.